Today in the crypto space, we see the market taking a bit of a dip. Bitcoin down approximately 2.5%, and Ethereum down approximately 1.5%, give or take. The rest of the crypto space, the altcoins, are pretty much looking for those lower levels. Look at XRP, Chainlink, and many, many more. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about one altcoin that has been getting so much hype. However, guys, I believe it is definitely overbought, and it should be coming down to some reasonable lower levels, and that project is called Kaspa. So you know what? Let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it. Guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins, looking for opportunities. Whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, all we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of this volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 7:30 Eastern, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects that you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below, or hit me up on those socials. The links are in the description, and of course that Discord group is definitely on fire. Great place and community to learn about crypto, get some good trade setups from good talented individuals there. Guys, go check it out. All right. Today, obviously, you can hear my voice is still struggling, but you know, we got to get to it. We got to get with it. We got to keep up with what's happening. No matter what, we got to kind of see that we see Bitcoin kind of leading the way. We got to get active here. Bitcoin coming down to those lower levels, meaning that we could definitely see some good fire sales throughout the market. Right now, what I see here is XRP taking a fat dump. And of course, XRP did very, very well in the last little while, but bit by bit, the market is trying to basically take back those gains. Right now, it's down approximately 7% in the last 24 hours. Okay, nothing huge given the fact that it did rally up approximately 70% in, a few hours. However, guys, the market tends to want to come back, and we do see Bitcoin leading the way here, down 2.5%. Now, Ethereum only down 1.5%, meaning that altcoins right now could be outperforming Bitcoin. Remember, the overall dominance is calculated by using, Bitcoin's market cap. Bitcoin is a big player, and 2.4% down on the biggest player in the market means that a good amount of market cap is coming down in the total market cap, while Ethereum, the second heavyweight, is not taking that big of a hit. So I feel like the Bitcoin dominance right now should be coming down overall. And of course, in tonight's live stream, in fact, tonight I might be going live slightly earlier, given the fact that I am currently in South Florida. In fact, I'm in Orlando, and I am traveling, and I will be trying to look for that flexibility to get these live streams out to you guys. So maybe a bit earlier today. So stay tuned. Usually I'm at 7:30. I plan on getting back into that regular schedule very, very, very soon. Okay, let's continue going down. What's happening with this general market? Solana coming down. A lot of these projects are coming down to those lower levels. We don't have major dips. A few here and there, like Altcoin down 7%. If you're bullish, if you like it, watch out for those horizontal levels of support. Maybe I'll do an update on Altcoin tonight when we go live. I have a couple ideas of what I want to talk about. Of course, I'm going to put the ones that you guys request in top priority. But Bitcoin dominance, BTC.D, is what I want to look at for sure. And maybe Altcoin. Let's see what's going on there. Just as an idea of what this project is potentially going to hit, Had our hash graph going sideways, a lot of dips, guys. If you're bullish on any of these dips, now's the time to change your stance from take profit to, maybe even still take profit, because I believe that we're going to be rolling over a bit more in the next little while. So be careful holding on to your positions for way too long. If you're in gains, always have a strategy, a plan to take profits off the top. A lot of dips everywhere. Even Maker right now, in my opinion, is at the best place to take profits. Same with optimism. If you happen to get in at the bottoms here, it's a good time to potentially de-risk, because coming down is very risky. Kaspa is the project of today. Although Kaspa has been going up and up and up, defying gravity, defying all expectations, up approximately 15% in the last 7 days, and doing very, very well for investors. Guys, at the end of the day, the party must end. The lights turn on, and we have to kind of face it. And I feel like Kaspa being overbought for this little while means that we could be getting prepared for a bit of a dip. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to be making lower lows and breaking down heavily, but I'm saying, profit taking is key. Expect that. Expect Fibonacci levels to be hit, all that good stuff. And guys, here on the channel, we don't mind bearish or bullish, up or down. We are staying one step ahead of the market, and we do not buy into green price action. That is the worst time to buy. The best time to buy is when things are very, very red and people are, fearful. However, guys, if you plan on getting into a position while you see this type of momentum, you're going to have no choice in order to, mitigate risk. You're going to have no choice, but not only to put a stop loss, but you're going to have to get into lower time frames. Okay, you're going to have to wait until momentum resets on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, and be prepared to protect your capital as those time frames get overbought. Because then guess what, guys? Another attempt of oversold territory could finally make Kaspa come down to lower levels. We'll take a look at Kaspa in a lot more detail in a second. First, let's finish up this general market. We'll look at Bitcoin to see what is happening, and then we'll get into Kaspa. Coming down, a lot of this market is coming down. We have gold looking good, but overall, everything is coming down. Gemini dollars coming down, coming out. Wow, Arweave. I like Arweave. I wouldn't mind getting a little bit of a position on Arweave as a Filecoin competitor. But nonetheless, even Casper Network consolidating could be a bull flag, no doubt. Or it could be a final rollover. That's the thing here. And as a leading indicator, Bitcoin is showing us tons of weakness. All right, guys, I know you're here to talk about charts. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin saying? Bitcoin did break its structure. It was within this range for the last little while, and now it's making a lower low. And instead of, hesitating once again at these range lows, it decided, you know what, let's come down, and we are currently hitting some targets. Yeah, 28,700 is definitely an important one. It is reaching the bottom of the volume gap. You can see we have a volume gap here on the VPBR, a bit of tops price action here to act as support. But me personally, I'm looking for a little bit more of a continuation to the downside. And here, based on the daily, it doesn't look good if we close a candle looking this way. I still feel that we are very, very capable of coming down to a little bit more of a dip, maybe at the top of this volume gap at about 27,000, back testing this break to the upside. And that is a short-term, very short-term analysis. I still feel overall, big picture, Bitcoin should do its final capitulation before the bull run, and I'm waiting very patiently for it. So let's look at this in a little bit more detail. Once again, guys, sorry for the voice. I hope to be getting it back very, very soon. This is the daily time frame, and we might as well stick there. You can see here the price action going sideways, and then while the RSI is dipping. Now, finally, the RSI was too heavy and it dipped down. It came down and took the price down with it. Now, this could be a full reset. We could definitely come down to oversold territory and get this price target right down to these levels. Guys, that's what I'm looking for. Now, what about if we break down even further? I believe that is very, very possible still here, guys. Looking at big picture price targets, I still feel like a $20,000 Bitcoin is still very possible. 19,000, I'm aiming for that. I have a lot of capital reserved, ready to deploy if we come down to these levels, right around here. This is where I'm thinking this could be a great buy opportunity. Even here would be great, 22,700. This zone right here, for me, these two areas are looking great. But of course, I'm going to wait for momentum. I want to see the daily fully reset. The daily might reset right here. Okay, it might not come all the way down here, right? It all depends on the negativity. We could consolidate here for the next little while. Wake off distribution. A lot of us totally ignore this right now. It could be that we are in a distribution phase. It could be that, we are just kind of bouncing around here for the next little while. It takes time. It takes time for such a distribution phase to actually play out. So be careful here. Big picture, I'm waiting for distribution. In fact, wake off distribution shouldn't be used on lower time frames. At minimum, the daily. Okay, this is the thing. This is, if you read into wake off distribution, you shouldn't be using it on the 4 hour. It has to be done on the daily or higher. And right now on the daily, we're still very, very early here looking at distribution. So wait, we could be finishing up phase B and coming down for a bit of a dip here, and then finally getting a nice rally, creating that higher high, maybe getting about 34 on this phase right here, phase C. And then finally coming down and rolling over. That's what I'm really looking for, an extended distribution to finally roll over and maybe come down to these levels. Right now we're still bouncing around within range, and I'm expecting, as the wake off maybe does kind of play out, upon these bounces at the bottom of the wake off pattern, I'm expecting altcoins to do very well against Bitcoin. Bitcoin will be going sideways within this distribution, while altcoins catch up. And after every dump, there will be a nice pump. We'll see altcoins outperform Bitcoin on these little pumps to the upside, okay? And that's when we'll get the higher highs and higher lows on altcoins, and perhaps see that altcoin season, Bitcoin dominance come down, and off to the races we go with our altcoin portfolios. All right, guys, let's take a look at Kaspa. This is going to be a quick update. Obviously, my voice is not the greatest. I'm going to be saving it for the live stream tonight. Let's take a look at Kaspa. Kaspa has been defying gravity. It's very, very powerful right now. Very, very strong. However, guys, are you going to be buying those greens right now? Buying green is very, very dangerous, meaning that you could be exit liquidity. And that's one of my biggest rules, is never be exit liquidity. I rather buy bottoms after knowing deep retracements, and even if I don't catch the bottom and we retrace a little bit more, so what? I know that I didn't buy a top, right? So for example, let's say you bought around here. I know it wasn't the bottom, but at least you didn't buy a top. You didn't buy here. You bought a retracement. Right now, we're not getting any signals of real retracements on the daily time frame. Right? Even if you look at the momentum, not even a sign of bearish divergence just yet. Right? So this is, for me, very, very problematic to get into any fresh longs right here. The channel is still upward sloping. The MACD is still, EMA is facing up, green histogram bars. Going into fresh longs right now is very, very risky. We are reaching a double top. Fine. I guess some breakout traders might be saying, look, if we break out previous highs, all-time highs, and price discovery is on its way. I get it, but it's risky, guys. It's very, very risky. So if you plan on getting into a long position right now, there's a couple ways you can be looking at it. Let's break out, back test, get a confirmation, and then off to the races we go. But based on the momentum, eventually the bulls should lose its strength, and they should finally see the bears take control and come down to lower levels based on momentum. Right now, no bearish divergence, none whatsoever on the daily, so you got to be patient. It could take some time for a pattern to build here, an M, some sort of, head and shoulders, cup and handle, whatever the case may be. At this level, we should get a bit of resistance. And if we don't, guys, I don't know what to tell you. It's very difficult for me to say get in, go all in, because what if we get rejected? It would be irresponsible. It's not the best way to get into a trading position, is buying tops at a breakout like this. This is times to buy the dips was down here and over here where the green arrows were. That's where the time. And to take a bit of profits on this position is where I took a bit of profits. Let me zoom in. These positions right here, I took profit here very early. Fine. But my older positions, my longer term spots are definitely still intact, where I bought here and here. And I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm happy with everything that happened. Obviously, I would have loved to hold this position a lot longer, but I didn't. No big deal. We move on. We find other opportunities. Let's dip, come back down, maybe as low as 2.7 cents If we get there, I'm interested. We can even fall lower, guys. We never know, right? That's not even a break of any structure. We'll just be breaking trend if that happens. And we could come down by the dip and get another impulse, even coming right back to its current position at about 4 cents, making a nice consolidation period right around here, or something like this. Straight up, straight down, by the dip, straight back up, hit that golden pocket, maybe 618, something like that, and then finally come down. So look for something like that. Let me get my pen out and show you what I mean. When you see strong parabolic runs like this, we come down, maybe get a bounce at good levels of support, dead cat bounce. This is what it's called. Then get a bit of a bounce up, maybe hit that golden pocket, and then come right back down, and then continuation to the downside, and you get what I mean. So at the end of the day, this is what I'm looking at. I'm not willing to get into green candles. Let's get into lower time frames. All right, higher highs, higher lows. This is what we do here, guys. This is what you see. Nothing can be said about that. However, if you look at the RSI, it is producing lower highs on the RSI while the price action is moving up. So we're getting first signs of bearish divergence. Okay, so this is good. Nothing has changed based on the 4-hour time frame bearish divergence. In fact, it's starting to look better. It's starting to look stronger, that the divergence could be playing out very, very soon. Now, the MACD, still EMA cross to the downside, red histogram bars, looking a bit bearish here, looking for that dip. Bearish control zone is on its way, in my opinion, so be very careful. And now when we start looking at the major trend structures, we have this thicker white line that I feel like could be acting as support in the future. Then we can look at this even further. Let's zone in on another little trend within this bigger trend, which is these touches right here. Okay, be careful, because as soon as we start breaking this level, okay, we start seeing that we're going to be breaking. Every time we break, we might get responses coming down, get responses come down, get responses. So ebb and flows along the way, diagonals like this definitely cause reactions, right? So let's say we do come down, take a bounce, come down, back test, come down, take a bounce, come down, back test, come down. You get what I mean? And then eventually we start hitting targets. And then look what we have right here, right? 200 EMA on the 4-hour. So this should kind of roll over, maybe hit these zones at about, again, 2.5, 2.7 cents is an interesting area to actually see this thing come down. I'm not bearish, guys. Please don't say that I'm bearish. I know a lot of you are going to come out very negative with this analysis, but it's the reality. I want to stay one step ahead, both bearish and bullish. We can talk about a bullish scenario, no doubt, but the bullish scenario right now is very, very limited. It's about price discovery. And if price discovery hits, great. Don't try to jump on a moving train is what I'm trying to tell you. The time to get in is on a pullback. I don't know when the pullback's going to come. I'm getting an indication that on the 4-hour we could get a bit of a pullback and then a continuation to the upside. So wait for that 4-hour, in my opinion, to fully reset, let it kind of get exhausted, and then scale in. We don't know where it is. I am anticipating, again, I'm anticipating right around here. Let me kind of convert some of these red arrows, because those were my take profits. Those are outdated. Let's remove those. Actually, let's reuse them. Let's put them right here. And then my next area of interest is right about here. Okay, and I'll make these green, obviously, so they can represent buy action. Now, we're not buying right blindly. We're waiting for momentum. We're waiting for indications. But I'm expecting this to happen. Now, it doesn't have to happen exactly, but eventually, you get what I mean. Some ebb and flows, some dips, some peaks and valleys, and then finally coming down to these horizontal support right about here. Horizontal, previous price action, good volume gap, the bottom of the volume gap right here, which is great, 2.7 cents. And then maybe coming down to touch this trend line. Remember this thicker one, eventually coming down to here and maybe hitting this. Now we can snag this up. Definitely. This looks good. I would put it like that. And it's very confluent with this, for sure. And then we do have a couple of things. If we break that one, right, we have the volume gap below. We can see that there's a huge amount of weakness right here. Let's scooch this over. Lots of weakness here. And we have this weakness right here. that we need to keep an eye on. This is a bit weak too, but let's leave it alone for now. I'm seeing that if we do come here, we also have this zone, these things to worry about. Let me kind of use this, reuse this, because these are old buy orders that we should have taken, and in fact that one didn't even trigger, so no big deal. These are the zones that I'm looking for right now. Buying here, respecting this trend would be great. If we break trend, the next level, breaking this, obviously the next level is coming down and testing this zone. Let me extend this white line. This white line for me is an important one. This is where the majority of the market went long as a breakout. Okay, this is the breakout trade of the lifetime here, because we created a higher high officially by breaking this previous high. So the break of structure here was important. We continue going up, then we back tested that break of structure, almost coming down exactly to the previous high, and then getting that bounce for a huge rally up. So this is what I'm looking for, guys, is dips right around here. Maybe paying attention to this zone is very, very important. But nonetheless, guys, slow and steady. I would be DCing at every opportunity on red days. The daily needs a full reset to oversold conditions. For me to get into a full-fledged long-term spot positions, I need a full reset on the daily. All right, guys. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't yet, do the channel a huge favor. Slap that like button. It does help out with that algorithm. And of course, if you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description below. Feel free to join that Discord, guys. Great place, great community, lots of good alpha throughout the day. So go check that out. And in addition, guys, I am live at 7:30 Eastern talking about crypto news and price action. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.